Hello everyone and welcome back to the IzzyFab Speed YouTube channel. We're going to branch out a little bit from my own truck today, and I'm going to show you the new and improved tow pig that we got for the shop. You guys saw my other 2014 recently, the half ton, that was pretty similar to my other one, and it just wasn't up to the task. And quite frankly, if I'm going to start towing my truck around again, I would prefer a little bit more steam. And I'm hoping to do some stateside shows this year with the trailer and a few different booth setups, so hopefully that happens. But also we're going to need more, more of a tow-related vehicle. The other one was fine for bombing around town and picking up customer vehicles, an hour away or whatever. But if we get into some of these 12-hour road trips and stuff that I'm hoping to get into, they're just not going to do it. So without any further ado, first of all, I know what you're going to say. Somebody's going to tell me the color's ugly, which I'm not going to deny. It's interesting. There's nothing, you can't hide that fact. But, the way my bank account's set up, I paid cash for this truck, and it's on Ontario, Canada, and it has a flawless body. So, I'm a little too poor to be concerned with anything else. So I've already gone ahead and the bumper was raised on this. It had smoked fog lights and smoked clearance lights, so I got rid of them. I dropped the bumper back down, obviously, so I got to find myself a 2500 grill. It's got a cowl hood on it. It's growing on me. It's a good one. It's like a good mark or something like that. I've already changed these mirrors out. They were fully paint matched when I got the truck, so you can see the caps are missing. They're out getting painted right now. I've got Escalade door handles being painted as well. I'm trying to break up this color match a little bit. So the Escalades have a chrome handle here, and then these will be color matched there. It did have a stack. I'll post some pictures of how I got it throughout this video, but yeah, it had a stack. It had a rotten chrome bumper, and it had a rotten trailer hitch. And those caused me some real grief right off the bat. So luckily, it did come with this painted shell. I just bought a new bumper off Rock Auto and got all the new brackets and the plastics for a 2500. It did have a 1500 grill on it. So anyway, yeah, we obviously got rid of the stack. I've started the new exhaust. You can see it's just a little dump there, but it's all 4-inch stainless. And yeah, I got to finish the tailpipe, but I did that one night. So let's move to the inside. Okay, so this was a Texas Flood cab. So the cab itself is perfect, but it does have some wiring gremlins, which I just had this out and obviously didn't put it back in correctly. I'll fix that in a minute. Yeah, so again, it's got some wiring gremlins, and it's got a gas cluster. There's a couple issues with it. It's got this Escalade steering wheel, which the buttons don't work because of probably the poor or the cheap radio harness. I did have this all working in my last truck in a reverse camera and stuff, so I am going to update that. I just finished putting this USB guy in the center console here. The USB cable just used to be through this hogged out hole there, so I'm going to have to replace that. Just drives me nuts. So this, you can obviously tuck the cable away like a newer vehicle, and that drives me nuts when the cables are all hanging out here. So yeah, I put in this 2011 Plus style Denali shifter. It's got the leather wrap on it and the chrome cap. I'm going to get a Duramax cluster and then have Mike in California build me another one like I had in my last truck with not a bright white faceplate. And we'll have the chrome Escalade bezel around it. So that'll tie that in, and then eventually I'll get the Denali chrome interior door handles off Rock Auto. You can get them pretty cheap as well. So, the interior is in pretty good shape otherwise. Major problem being the heated seats do not work because I have found that it has the wrong floor harness in it. So I have found the correct floor harness for this truck. I just need to pick it up, and then once the weather turns, I'll come in on a Saturday and just blast the interior out of this quick and change the floor harness over. It's really not that big a deal. All the guts are in the seats properly, so it's just that floor harness. And in terms of the wiring gremlins. The big one being you're driving down the road, the doors sound like they're unlocking randomly. And then the cluster kind of comes in and out with various codes. I've scanned it. There's 100 different U codes, which are communication codes. The first thing I'm going to do is try and unhook this radio, see if the aftermarket radio is screwing up the data stream. And then if not, I'm just going to go through module by module, disconnect the module, jump the data stream lines, and see which one's causing grief. I mean, it could be this cluster too, being that it's a gas cluster, and I'm pretty sure it's an 04 to 05 cluster. So if I can get Mike to do me a Duramax if I can get Mike to do me a Duramax cluster sooner than later, that may also solve the problem. But I've been over the grounds on this thing. Everybody knows that NBS trucks, GMT 800 trucks, have the body ground under my feet here and the one under the left headlight that always get rusty as hell. So I've been through those, cleaned them up. I changed this shifter assembly unit as well. You can see it's brand new. When I changed this out, it was very sloppy. So that was a huge update. It was just wore out. Lord only knows how old this column is or where it came from. Is it from this truck? I have no idea. This is a huge update. These all bolt in the same, just in case you're wondering. Like any NBS truck, any NNBS truck, any 14 plus truck, they all bolt in the same. So I have a Denali one in the other truck that has a black cap here because that truck's all black. This is one out of a NNBS Denali. The NNBSs and the 14 pluses have the same connector, but these ones, the NBS trucks do not. So there's 2 white wires and 2 black wires. All you have to do is cut the connector off your stock shifter, hook up the 2 white wires, hook up the 2 black wires. It doesn't matter which direction they go. Everything works great. So yeah, tow haul works on this. The up down still works because this is an 07 plus and has an LBZ and a 6-speed. Yeah. All right. I guess I'll show you the engine bay, and that'll be this. All right. You can see this is probably the worst part of the truck, and it's just because it looks like it got thrown together. Nothing got cleaned or washed. This filter looks like it's from 1902. So, I mean, everything works great. The truck pulls like a freight train. Nothing leaks super bad, but you can see this valve cover starting to seep a little bit. This is pretty scaly. So the chassis and the drivetrain are from Canada, which is not the end of the world. The chassis is pretty decent. But yeah, the turbo I think is bitched in this thing. And the reason I say that is because I have a couple turbo vane position codes. And I guess obviously you can't see the engine light, but yeah, that is a problem. We will probably wind up getting a upgraded Garrett unit, and then I'll probably wind up making charge pipes and have them powder coated. Being that the truck is peanut butter colored, I think you guys can see where I'm going with this. I think we're going to do the charge pipes and the compressor cover on the new turbo and maybe make an air intake, whatever, and we'll have them powder coated like raspberry jam color. So that'd be fun, wouldn't it? But yeah, thing pulls really good. We definitely got some bugs to work out, but I've already fixed a ton of stuff. There was a couple broken wires for the signal lights, and the fog lights didn't work. We fixed those. The switch for the fog lights was smashed out. The mirrors was a big one, obviously. That shifter was a big one. I think my next area of concern is fixing this. The box is apparently new, but they were all new at one time. So the steering slop is the big problem. Everything else I can live with, and again, I'm just kind of picking away at little stuff. Just put brand new Sierra taillights in it from Amazon, if you can believe it. 111 bucks Canadian. That's like $13 American. And I mean, this one, the fitment isn't amazing. So I'll keep my eye out for some factory GM ones, but in the meantime, these look the part. I also need to find a nice spare tire cover doodad, and I have a reverse camera to go in there as well, and the chrome tailgate handle. So that'll match the Denali or the Escalade door handles. Also change these lights. These are something I really appreciate. The LED lights, these are from Amazon as well. Pretty inexpensive. They make a world of difference. They light up my whole garage at night when I park this thing in the garage. So yeah, just, you know, goofy little shit from it being painted. Got to find plugs here, and I just need to go to a wrecking yard and pull a bunch of stuff out. You can already see there's a couple wires down there that you can, if you've been following us long enough, you know what's hiding under there. So it'll all get dealt with. I also just put new door pins in this door yesterday. Man, what a difference. Just closes so nice. I had to actually move that door striker up about a 1/4 inch. So, and then yeah, we're obviously gonna change the height, because if you saw my last truck, it was about, I don't know, 8 to 10 inches lower than this one. So we're gonna do that again, because this is just not my style. Get some newer GM20s on it. And yeah, I don't like jumping up into the truck. This girl here can't jump into the truck, so I'd like to lower it down for her. Oh, PG-13. And yeah, she's getting older. She can't jump that high, so I got to pick her up into it. And she's a very independent dog and does not appreciate that. So that's a big reason. And it just looks better when they're lowered. So anyway, we'll probably do a small series on this truck. And going forward, I don't know how often you'll see it, but if you come to car shows and whatever, it'll be the thing pulling all the stuff there. So I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I should have chromoly for this unit tomorrow for the rear anti-roll bar. That's what I'm going to tackle first for finishing, since we're back from Motorama now. It'd be nice to get that differential all finished up and the anti-roll bar all finished up, get all that stuff powder coated and assembled for good. So I will have 2 6-foot lengths of 1 3/4 095 wall chromoly tomorrow, which is Friday. I think probably I'll come in Saturday and start tackling that. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. But we'll make a video on the anti-roll bar stuff. It's going to suck because I'm working on the ground again, so it is what it is. It's part of having a small building, I guess, and prioritizing actual bill-paying work. So yeah, pretty happy with how the weekend went again, and just looking forward to this summer. We're going to do Syracuse Nationals in July. I think it's like the weekend of the 18th or something, so I'm not going to bring the truck because that's not what I want to promote us building. We are going to build another chassis display. So if you came to Motorama this year and saw the back half for Dave's Jimmy, we are going to build another display like this. This is not the back half that's going. This is obviously going in Dave's truck, but this was the display we took. So this is all going to come off. We're going to do something similar, and I'm going to do a front half as well. Or we might just do an entire like miniature chassis that we can keep as a permanent display. Just keep it in my garage or something, and just take the shows with us. I'm really trying to push us getting into chassis. So if you guys need a custom chassis for a hot rod, or a grade 8 car, or something like that, you know, bagged mini, whatever, you want to spend a bunch of money on a sick chassis, we'd be happy to do it. So yeah, anyway, that'll be that. And what do you think, Blix? Should we go home? Hey? Okay, bye.